What up, y'all? This is Lady to KeKe. My name is Dana V.
I am Cassie J. I don't know why that's so funny.
We do a little countdown. We hit record like we're in a news station.
Like we in the
three,
damn
two. All right, let me get ready.
like in dance.
All right. So we bring you guys the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5, episode 16, Picking Sides.
I really don't. Okay, we'll go with the title.
Right. Me and Cassie discussed that this was kind of a wasted episode. They should have put last week's episode and this week's together,
Yes.
But I did like this episode.
You could have matched it.
Right. But I did like this episode more than I liked last week. So let's get on to it.
I agree. Yes.
So they finish up. They're still having lunch, finishing up the Jamal combo, how he lives in your phone, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. Karen brings up Robin and Mary and Juan. And then also said, Giselle, yeah, I saw you at that jewelry store.
I see you on IG, walking in front of that. So I knew what was up. And I'm sitting there like, but Giselle, why did you go on IG? It was supposed to have been like a secret. Why would you do that?
Right. But Giselle tried to play it off, said, no, I just like my reflection in the window.
Okay, girl.
Okay, girl, exactly. So the ladies finish eating and they need to go down the hill. So they're going in a toboggan.
Yes. I would do that.
It looked fun. Maybe that's why I like this episode so much, because I like the
festivities.
Yeah, and plus what they were doing in Portugal. So I was like, ooh, you know what I mean?
I didn't think you would do that, Dana. When I watched it, I said, Dana gonna be on here like, I'm not doing that.
That's why I feel like I'm misunderstood, because I'm actually adventurous. I've done zip lining, scuba diving, all that. Honestly, I would love to go skydiving.
You can miss me on that one.
Like, no.
I was with you until you said that.
I would totally do that. I never knew. I thought that toboggans were the little beanie hats.
They are.
That down south thing? I thought the toboggans were the beanie hats.
They are.
I think there's a down south thing, because that's when I started hearing it when I moved down south.
We do call those toboggans.
Huh. Okay. Well,
we in a whole other country though. So
no, true.
It
looked really fun though.
It did. The ladies had fun.
And the thing that I thought was hilarious, when they were on the little toboggan, it was Wendy and it was Karen and one together. Her behind going to yell out, "We tobogganing in Portland!" It's like, ma'am.
Not Portland. She said, Portugal!
I laughed. That was too funny to me. So what else happened? All right, so the ladies go to an outdoor market. Which
they had your dragon fruit.
They did a lot of fruit. I would honestly, I'm telling you, this episode spoke to me, because that is my little area. I love little exotic fruits.
They had the dragon fruit. I thought about you.
Yes, they did. But they had really good looking, fruits and vegetables, and I love
spices.
The outdoor market look, and it didn't look dirty. It looked nice and clean, and you know what I mean.
Right.
Candace mentioned she wants to have a baby girl. They were shopping in the markets, and they saw those cute little aprons for babies. And Candace mentioned like, "Oh, I would love that for my baby girl." And Ashley was kind of shocked
about that she was talking about having kids. Like this was the first time it came up that she is thinking about having kids, which
and
is kind of like a big story for this whole episode.
Yes, it is. So while they're in the market, Giselle pulls Karen aside to tell her to stop bringing up marriage with
the whole engagement thing.
She's like, stop doing that. Like, well, she basically didn't tell her that he was going to, but she was just like, obviously, as in the realm, stop bringing it up. And so Karen was like, so
they doing it. Got you, girl. Okay. All right, I got you.
Wait, Karen was funny this episode. For one, Karen was funny because the look that she had when she realized, like, okay, I see why. I feel like she was funny, and Karen looked so good in this episode. All her looks, I was like, yes, serving.
She said, "Don't try to twist away with your little booty," and she was like, "Okay, girl, I got you."
Like, go ahead, Karen. Okay, I see you, boo. The ladies arrived back to the hotel to get ready for dinner. Giselle tells Ashley that they have Wendy's keys. They're going to prank her. That's like hazing because she's the new girl in the group. So we're going to prank her. My thing is, why is the front desk giving
away keys?
I don't like that.
I was confused by that too. I was like,
pizza, not a nana, nobody.
I was like, now how did you get this key?
I don't know, maybe because they
knew they were together.
Maybe.
Either way, don't give my key.
I don't like that. But
because I might be mad at her. And you gave my key away.
What you just said. So
Giselle did also tell Ashley about Juan's plan to propose to Robin, because she was like, I talked to Karen, and she just wanted like an ally in this whole situation, because she felt like she knew Ashley could keep a secret and Karen can't hold water. So she wanted somebody to be on her side to kind of, she said 2 shots and it's over.
Right.
She has loose lips.
The ladies leave to go to dinner, and everyone's looking nice in their fashions. So at the dinner,
Candace was late. She almost got left.
Almost, but she came with a little shoe. I thought that was you. Honestly,
that would have been me.
You. That would have been you. But your shoes.
That would have been me.
I'm coming.
That would have been me all day. I'm sorry, you guys are not punctual
at all. So then they talk.
Working on it.
Okay, well, hey, everyone's a work in progress, even including me, Yeah. So at the dinner, they're talking motherhood.
Yes.
They brought up mother. I think Giselle asked Wendy how she was doing now that she's not, how the kids are and stuff. And Wendy said the kids are good with the hubby and all that. Candace says that she's learned a lot from the ladies, because hearing their real experiences, like the real stuff, like Ashley's anus tearing and all the
forbidden conversation.
You know what I mean? It's not the pretty stuff. It's the real stuff. She's like, I appreciate y'all sharing this. You know what I mean? Because I'm learning a lot. Because basically motherhood ain't no joke. It's not all beautiful.
It's not cute.
And that's how they want to make it appear.
Hallmark.
Motherhood is the most beautiful thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is, but it gets real. Okay? That's why I ain't got no kids. I don't want that life. I can't do it. I can't. Nevertheless.
Right.
So here's the thing. So Candace says she's ready to be a mother because after, I think she said in her confession, how the situation with Monique has helped her realize that she's ready for motherhood.
I don't see the correlation
at all.
But to each his own, that's her journey. I don't want to take that away from her, but I just don't like that I don't want to keep bringing up this situation, this whole fight. I know it's going to come up until the end of the show. I know it is, but it just seems like everything just keeps going back to this altercation. Everything is the stem of everything. Every conversation, it's like a root.
Like it's so traumatic.
It was traumatic to her.
Okay, but it was a cat fight. It's not like she didn't punch her. She that's open hand on her head.
She was traumatized
so much so that she's ready for a baby.
And it just made her, she had an epiphany, and she realized that life is too short, and that if she can get through this, and those were her exact words, if she can get through this, then she knows that she can now handle having a child, because she was able to survive this altercation, and she is now fully ready to birth a baby.
That's my point.
To me, I don't see the correlation, but to her, it made sense in her mind. And if that makes sense to her,
hey, if that's her experience, cool beans. As the viewer watching the show,
right?
I think
It's a stretch.
It's a reach. It's a reach for me. Because having a little tiff or a fight with someone is not on the magnitude of having a child and going through motherhood. I can see if, she battled breast cancer or, I don't know, she got shot in the leg or something. I don't know, like something like that type trauma or whatever.
Survival.
But look, I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive.
But I guess that's what she's looking at. Like, she survived something so traumatic, and now she wants to not waste any more time, and she wants to have this baby. And she's like, I want you all ladies to support me, which leads Ashley to be like, listen, girl, I wanna be there for you. I really do.
But your ass was a little too insensitive on my situation last year.
When it was my turn, when it was me, and I was going through my things, you weren't the most sympathetic. Actually, you were just downright hateful.
Yeah, and made a bad situation even worse.
Right. You were on social media, you were, doing all this, and you were just talking negatively about me. You were saying that me and my husband were faking our feelings about our miscarriage. You were talking about I wasn't really crying. He wasn't sincere about his tears. And Ashley is just like, I'm not Ashley, but Candace is like, I don't want to keep going back in the past. I don't want to keep talking about the past. And I get it. You don't want to keep dwelling on the past, but if she's telling you, if you were genuine about rebuilding your friendship with her, and she's telling you, this has triggered me, this has triggered something between me and you that I have not gotten over, then you need to try to do what you can to resolve that. And I'm just like, come on. But we're gonna get to what Giselle. I did like what Giselle said when she explained.
Before we get before we get there, when Ashley brought it to Candace's attention, I did kind of understand where Candace was coming from. Like, right, we already had our sit down.
Right.
You should have told me then, because the problem is, it's like if we have a falling out.
Yes.
We talk about it. You apologize. I apologize. We move forward. That should be it. Don't keep bringing it back. It's like, if that's the case, if you still have those issues or whatever, I mean, I hear what also Ashley is saying, like this would trigger me back to this, but it's just like, we had the talk already. Do I have to apologize again?
Yeah.
How many times do you, again, what do you want from me, blood?
When we get to Giselle's part, I'm gonna say why I feel like I think that it comes up.
Why Ashley's bringing it up?
Yeah.
Regarding the whole thing with Candace, I kind of side with Candace on that. It's like, if you couldn't get past that, if you really didn't forgive me for all the things that I've done, you should have said that. Don't say, okay, we're good now, if we're not good now. So it's like, yeah, you keep bringing it up. I can see if we never had a conversation about it, or we never had opportunity to let everything on the table, but y'all did that. Move on. That's how I feel about it. So I understand where Candace's like, girl, you too, and it's kind of funny how, the ladies bring it up. I don't want to go ahead or whatever, but Ashley, her hands ain't clean either. So that's why I just like, really?
Yes, but we're going to get into all that just a little bit.
Yeah, so.
Let's go to Karen.
Huh?
I said, what you about to say? I was like, let's go to Karen.
After that, I got that Giselle and Robin started talking to Ashley about. I
said Karen tells the ladies about her and Ray overcoming their issue. She opened up to the ladies, and they were like, thank you. They was like, thank you for sharing, because they were making before they were saying, Karen, you can't really come at Giselle about her relationship and opening up when you don't ever tell us anything about you. And Giselle said, unless there's some liquor involved. And so she let the ladies know, me and Ray were going through something, and it took him 2 years to finally give me the respect and the appreciation and acknowledgement for what I did when I helped him. And that's what I was wanting. And so when he did that, it validated me and it made me appreciate him. And so Robin asked her, well, what does Ray need from you now? She was like, my time. Mm-hmm. So that was a moment for the ladies with her, because she finally let them in versus just like, okay, what's going on with y'all?
My thing is, though, I understand where Karen's coming from. It's like, if I don't trust,
yes,
who
I'm not gonna tell you my business.
I ain't gonna tell you my business.
Yeah,
keep it cute and mute.
Yeah.
So what do you expect? It. But it was nice that she did open up without any liquid courage.
Yes.
They will hold that over her head.
Thank you. I was saying they can't hold it over her head and be like, well, actually, she really only did that because she was drinking.
So yeah, Ashley keeps bringing up the whole, bringing up Candace, making fun of her and being, making fun of her motherhood journey and her miscarriages and being insensitive to it. And that's when Giselle, I think Robin
brought it up.
She was like, well, Ashley, you were Candace before you had Dean.
Before, right. And it showed all these flashbacks of her
being disrespectful,
yes,
2 cents, being insensitive.
And she didn't care. She didn't care I don't care about how you feel. Your relationship is not conducive to being healthy and successful. Right. Like she said what came here. And she did not care about your feelings at that time. I didn't like Ashley before for that reason.
I couldn't stand Ashley.
I couldn't either.
This is the first season I'm actually liking Ashley. So
right. Dean, I did not like her before.
Calmed her down and got her right with the mouth.
Yes.
Because she was doing the most. Her and
she was the same. Horrible. And I was like, Ashley.
You know what's so funny is that she was like, Ashley said, I don't be tweeting all this. I don't be tweeting nasty stuff. And so Robin was like, well, that's just Candace.
That's a character flaw. And Candace was like, thanks. Oh,
I guess.
I mean, Candace, honey,
she is. They're both
just
immature.
like they getting on her. We can't sit up here and act like, okay, well, you're better than her. I mean,
but that's why I was like, Ashley, I get what you're saying, but you can't go that hard. Like, I don't see the other ladies going hard at you now that you're a different person. They're not like, well, last year, and they're not keep bringing up old stuff. They forgave you for what you did and they moved on. You need to do the same.
But
what's that word, grace?
What Giselle said is why I side with Ashley a little bit more. She was like, I think what she's trying to say is, yes, she had these issues with all the ladies at the table, with the exception of Wendy, of course. But Ashley made sure that she mended these relationships. She did what she had to do to mend these relationships. Now, we talked about the whole kissing butt and stuff, like how they wanted, it appears they wanted Monique to do, like, we want you to bend over backwards to get our forgiveness. Right. Now, granted, Monique didn't do anything to you directly, so you should not require that much of me. Now, if Candace asks us that, then yes, Candace deserves that because she was the one that was attacked. But the rest of you, I mean, I gave you what you needed, and that's the most that you really need from me. I'm not going to bend over backwards to try to mend the relationship with you because I don't feel like I really did anything to you. Now, that is why I was like, Ashley, yes, she apologized. She had conversations. She explained. She did whatever it took to make sure that they were good. And it was like, before we leave this table, are we really good? Are we really good? Now, what Candace turned around and did is what I don't like. I am guilty of it. I've done it before and I try to be mindful of it, is this blanket apology. I apologize for whatever I did to hurt you, to offend you, to upset you. That is not okay. That does not mend relationships. When you've done somebody that wrong, you can't just blanket apologize for something. You need to specifically, what are you apologizing for?
Exactly. That's
you start. That's why I said this is why I thought it keeps coming up, because you keep sitting down. Yeah, you sit down with her, but you was like, yeah, it was jacked up what happened last year, but I'm just trying to move forward. I don't want to live in the past. I just want to move forward. No, you're gonna have to fit in
that's
the
not
past
fair
for
because
a
sometimes
minute.
what your actions are affecting other people from moving forward. So yeah.
Yes, you gotta sit in that for a
that
minute.
relationship. If you don't care, then you don't care. But if you do care, then you will do whatever you can to mend that relationship.
Yes. So if she's asking you to apologize again and you feel like, oh girl, we sat down and had tea and I apologize. Yeah, but if that apology was just like you just did then, you're just okay, whatever happened, girl, whatever I did, girl.
Because it sounds nice, right?
Right.
It's not genuine.
Yeah. But that's what you want from other people when they wronged you. You want them to, well, what are you apologizing to me for exactly?
Well, you know, I try to treat people as I want to be treated.
So we don't have to be in this position.
Exactly. So the ladies come back to the hotel. So Giselle, Robin, and Ashley do the prank on Wendy. So they had, this was an epic fail, honestly. It was half and half. It was 50% fail, 50% successful. So they had Wendy, Candace, and Karen at the bar. They said they were going to do something. I forgot what they were going to do.
Change clothes, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So what they did was put fake bugs and fake spiders in Wendy's bed, and they were going to hide in her room and jump out and scare her. So the other three ladies at the bar, they were like, "What they doing? That takes so long. Let's just go upstairs." Oh, Candace
Wendy had the pump.
Candace did know about it. So Wendy said she had to go pump. Oh, let's just all go in your room and figure out where the ladies are, whatever. So they're in there, mind you. Ashley, Giselle, and Rob supposed to be hiding in the closet.
But she sees them.
No, they made a noise. They were
okay, I know it was something that made her say, "Is somebody in my closet?"
Because they were loud. I'm just like, that's what probably fan. I'm like, what are you doing?
They might have been. They've had a little drink. Little drink.
So they tried to scare. That didn't work out, right?
So they said, "Ah!"
So they finally leave. But someone from production or the camera crew was still in there in the room, still in the room with Wendy. The other ladies were in the hallway watching the monitor of Wendy's reaction. So Wendy was getting ready to pump. She pulls back her covers. She sees the spider first. She got startled a little bit.
Then she did.
Pulled back even more. She saw
the pillows.
She ran out.
Seen all the bugs.
She ran out. That part was kind of funny. So they got the prank on her. She opened the door. She saw the odd ladies in the hallway, and it was cute. The next morning,
it was a little bonding moment.
Yeah, it was cute. I think this new episode, it was a cute little girls trip. You know what I mean? It wasn't too much.
It was. It's what girls trips are supposed to be.
It was fun. That's why I like this episode more than I like last one. This one was just fun. I like the activities they were doing. So next morning, Robin showed Giselle the photos from the photo shoot. Shade. These ladies are shady as hell. So Robin says Karen's photos are challenging.
Yes, they were challenging for me.
And doesn't know, didn't have much to pick from.
So
Giselle
said, "Are you going to remove her?"
Yeah, is she going to get kicked off the website? And pretty much she was saying like, yeah. Now
she said she needed something young and fresh, and Karen doesn't give that.
Well, it was just her photos weren't that. So Robin could have done two things. Either just told Karen like, yeah, sorry, your photos didn't turn out right. I'm not going to have you on my website.
Right.
Or tell her, hey, let's do another photo shoot.
Reshoot, yeah. Right. You could either reshot or you could have just told her it doesn't fit.
Right, but it does.
For whatever reason.
That was it for that situation, but it does come up next episode.
Next week, yes. But my thing is this, if you're talking about young and fresh, no offense, but Giselle, you're not young and fresh.
No, she really isn't. But she tries to be. She wants to be. Now, one thing, Giselle is really is shady and messy. She says she brings up that Ray isn't in love with Karen, and then they start talking about, oh, can you imagine them having sex? Oh,
yes, like.
And then Robin says that she remembers Karen saying that she doesn't like Ray's penis when she was.
I didn't understand why we was having this conversation.
Why do y'all always? That's my question. Why y'all always always talking about Karen and Ray's sex life? Why is it always a topic?
This is why Karen don't talk to y'all. This is why Karen doesn't open up, because it turns into a joke.
You said.
I don't want to talk to you either.
Exactly.
You do know that we're going to see this, right?
Exactly. Karen sits with Candace and tells her that she's very proud of her, how she handled herself last night.
At dinner.
Right. She was like, I could tell, like, therapy's working for you. And she's like, Ashley is still hurt for what happened. And that's for her to heal. So it's like, I like that. Honestly, that was some good advice, which I really feel like, again, from the next episode, we saw, little snippets. I feel like Candace, I wish that Karen would stop being that motherly
figure
for Candace, because obviously Candace is not accepting it or appreciating it, because she's upset that, because Karen is still cool with Monique type.
I think that she does, but the problem is when Giselle comes around and gets in her ear, it messes it up. Because, she seems to be okay until, Giselle and Robin come around and they kind of like.
Not even with Giselle and Robin. She says it's with Wendy. She said it with Wendy before, when them two were together, asking about, how's your relationship with Karen going? And she's asked her again for next episode. I don't know. It's like Karen is trying to be there as much as she can, but it's like
she told her she would be.
Candace is allowing her to, but really still not happy with it. It's like,
I think she just she wants it all.
She does, like a spoiled little brat.
She is.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Yeah. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, right?
She's being herself.
All right, touche. So Ashley joins Giselle and Robin, and she talks about the conflict with Candace.
Yes.
Again. And that's when she tells them, I don't know why she told them, but she tells them that Monique asked her to write a statement about Candace's character.
Because first Robin was like, so you're going to talk about that night? And she was like, no, she doesn't want me to talk about a specific event. It's a character statement. I agree with what Robin said when she was like, she should have asked you as a friend to do a character statement about me as your friend versus something against
Candace, right?
I agree with that. And that probably was better. Even if she didn't ask you to do that, you should have said, you know what? I'm going to write a statement, about you. Because if you were trying to build a friendship with her, then that should have been the way you went, because you don't want to ruin this, because it's not going to go over well, because how she is. It's not going to go over well.
I feel like Ashley don't care. That's what she said that. She's like, well, if Candace feels some type of way, then she feels some type of way.
Well, that's on her.
But basically,
I didn't like how Robin and Giselle said, well, she's not. She said, she might go to jail. I'm doing this with my friend. She might go to jail. She has kids. She has a husband. She's not going to jail. Are you a lawyer?
Because last time I checked, Candace said she wants this to be played out
to the fullest extent of the law.
So, yeah, she does. Candace wants her to go to jail, but Ashley is put in a weird situation, because I don't feel like I don't know something about it. Like for Monique to even ask that of her, it is kind of like, really, girl? Because all right, so Ashley's saying, I'm doing this because Monique had my back with the whole Michael situation. Right. I guess she might have lost the footage.
Some footage. Well, she said there was no camera in the area where the situation allegedly happened.
No. Okay. But I feel like Ashley feels like she owes Monique.
And they said that too. It was like, so this is your favor back. And she was like,
the thing about it though is that Ashley didn't ask Monique to do that, but Monique is asking Ashley to do this. Right. So it was like, Monique, it's not a good look. And Ashley, I guess she just feels she's caught in a,
she's like, I can't say no.
She's like, I don't want to say no because I feel like you have my back, so let me have yours. Let me, return the favor. But then it's just like, for you to return the favor, it is saying F you, Candace. It really is. It really did.
But if that's where you are, then
Ashley stands on it. I feel like if I was Candace, let's say I got in a fight, you were there, the girl I got in a fight with asked you to write a statement against me, our friendship is done.
I mean, it depends on my friendship. I mean, that's what the bottom line is for her. She's like, okay, me and you are friends. If I'm not friends with that girl like that, and if you came to me and was like, okay, Kathleen's write the statement for me. Okay, girl, what you need to write? What do we got to do?
Right, that's different. But if we're all in a friendship together and a whole
right, then I would have to be like, Dana, boo, listen, you know, I'm friends with both of y'all. I can't.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. I could be, Dana, I can write a statement for you about you.
In support of me, not
right, not against the other person.
Right.
But
so Candace looks like she's gonna be upset next episode. I feel like
rightfully so. She was like, F you. Like,
honestly. Now I feel like Ashley probably won't care.
She did. I mean, at first she was looking kind of like, I mean, I can't believe, because when they were talking about the incident between her and Candace last year, well, I think it was last or the year before that. And she was just like, "Are you talking about the butter knife? Listen, I don't care if it was a butter knife, a serving knife. I don't care if it was a jelly knife. I don't care what it was.
I could care less.
You don't have it in my face, and you don't throw nothing. Like, and that's what I get upset. It's like you're excusing it. Like, oh, it was just a butter knife. The point is, she had an object in it, but you know what? Remember, Portia got into a fight, and all she had was a bullhorn in her hand. She didn't have nothing, no weapon in her hand. You provoked her, and Portia got up and got into a little scuffle with Kenya. There's been incidents where there's no objects, just running your mouth.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I hope, I was about to say this next episode will be interesting. I hope, because they lied to us.
I feel like they're going to the end to do this
last 10 minutes of the episode, even though they said that this was supposed to happen on this episode, but I digress. I feel lied to, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray.
They tricked us. They lied.
Well, yeah, that was the end of the episode. I liked it a little bit better than I liked last week. I do feel like they could have combined last week and this week together, but here we are.
It was cute.
Oh, and the name of the drink is a pancha. I made sure I wrote it down this time. Pancha.
The one from last week?
Not what they call the pum pum, but it's called pancha, the drink.
I call it the pum pum. I don't call no pancha.
All right, y'all. That's all we got. Until next time.
Bye.
All right.